Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Henry from Mowers and Blowers again. It is a yucky, wet day here in Huntington, Long Island. This is the remnants of Gordon, Tropical Storm Gordon, that was just in the Gulf. Anyway, you guys know, I got this for free, and it just needed a carb clean, and a nut for that handle. It still kind of leaks. It leaked all the gas out overnight. So I'm going to have to mess with another, I have another carb here I'm going to put on and see if it works. And if it still leaks, I'm just going to go buy a new one for 10 bucks. That's all they cost. I also went and messed with this today. I had to get my winching system fixed, you know. So I did that. Here, let me stop this. Camera's better facing forward. Anyway, here's the winching system with the angle of less than 45 degrees. It gives the most optimal pulling, or stability is what I mean. So I've got this there like that. This holds this there. This is actually removable. Not easily, but I can push down on this, and this comes out. Like that. See? Like I said, not easily. Yeah. I mean, I keep this like that. Unless I need the space, then I'll just remove it like I just did, you know. But it's solid and strong. And I mean, I haven't tested it yet, but when I get a tractor, I will. And when it's a nicer day, I'll whip out one of my tractors and I guess I'll test it and see. But the leverage pulling from there to here, you know, should be good. It's at an incline, you know, an angle, so that the force is pulled like this. That's inclined there like that at about 35 degrees. And when it comes over here, there's a inclination that it'll pull out, right? Well, it won't pull out because it has a bracket over here that keeps it from pulling upwards. So I'm thinking, you know, physics-wise, I didn't do well in physics in college, by the way. But with physics, the angle and the geometry of this, with the force, I mean, I'm thinking it'll be all right, but I won't know unless I test it, of course. But this was the most economical way for me to do this since I already had a winch. I was thinking about an electric winch and then putting it in the front there where there's two holes. I guess they had some kind of console in there. And that's drilled all the way down to the frame. So I could have put some kind of a ball hitch or something down there. Bought that electric winch, hooked it onto the ball. I probably would have made like a slit over here or a hole so that the wire would come through like that. And then I'd have a remote control right around here and could pull the tractor up. But that was like $75, something like that. I didn't want to spend $75. Because I already had a winch, you know. So if I bought that for $75, I'd have a winch for nothing, you know. So I figured I'd make this work, which I did. And hopefully it'll work, it'll do. And if I ever have to load a lot of stuff in here, I'll just pull that winch out and, you know, then I'll have that space still, you know. That thing will stick out though, so I have to remember when I'm walking around here not to step on it and hurt myself. Anyway, so there was a door here, you know, a plywood door that had a hinge that opened inside the cabin. But then when you closed it, it had one of those, you know, hinge locks, whatever. And every time I go over a bump, it rattles. So every time I was driving, it was rattling. It drove me nuts. So I just took that damn door off and I put a piece of plexiglass here. You know, so that way you have more light back here. If there's gas machines in here, which there always will be, the gas odor won't go into the cabin as bad as if there wasn't a divider, right? And at the same time, in the summer, when I have the AC on, I'm not using up all the AC for this dead space that nobody's in. You know, it's a waste of AC, right? The AC is only in that small little cabin, and it gets very cold very quickly. So that works out pretty well. I like it. That's been my project the past day or so. So it looks pretty cool. You know, you got the light now in here from the front. Looks pretty cool. You know, glass-like, but it's plexiglass. Got my winching system working, and now I'm going to see Mike's Lawn Service 12. He is a local landscaper in Babylon. He said he got a mower for free. He doesn't want it. He's going to give it to me. So I'm going to pick it up. Nothing else going on today except for picking that up, fixing it, trying a new carburetor on this one. Mike gave me this engine off of this rusted deck. I have another deck in the back. I'm going to do an engine swap and try to get this going. Getting that. Well, that one goes already, but it leaks a little. I'm going to fix that and the one he's giving me. So I'm going to try to do 3 mowers today. And then eventually I'm going to tackle the Echo chainsaw. So I'm going to Mike's now. I forgot to mention that I actually did an adjustment to my lights in the back. So got this switch, see here, turn it on, and the lights go on in the cabin as well as in the back there with the fluorescent lights. So I have a switch now to switch that stuff. I think I like that better, you know. Yeah. So that looks pretty good, you know. The plexiglass. I wonder if we're going to find out that it rattles much when I go over bumps and stuff. So I'm over here at Mike's Lawn Service 12 at Instagram, right? And, yep. You know, dude's good kid, man. You know, this guy's like 16. He mows lawns and he's got his own business, got like 5 jobs, man. Good kid. He has another twin brother who doesn't look anything like him, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so he gave me a call or text the other day and he says, hey, I got another lawnmower for you. You want to come get it? And I said, well, I kind of live like 40 minutes away from you. It's kind of a, unless I was out here already getting something, you know what I mean? But today was a shitty day, you know, lousy. But I came by his house and he gave me this. It's just, you know, not even looking at it, I know that it's one of those new Briggs engines. It's the 550EX. Yes! I didn't even look at it. It's 550EX. I knew it, you know? Anyway, what was wrong with this, Mike?
The guy said it didn't start, so...
Didn't start?
Who knows?
Probably a carb, easy peasy. I mean, it has that plastic carburetor or whatever. He also gave me this Homelite weed whacker. You guys know these weed whackers are a pain in the ass, man. Usually the gas lines are messed up, the primer bulb's messed up. And, you know, take you a day just to work on it. And what do you get out of it? 50 bucks, you know? It's not even worth it, weed whackers and crap, you know? But whatever, he's going to give it to me, thank you. And he also gave me this thing. This is a Craftsman 3 horsepower edge trimmer. Edger. And he said that the carburetor needed rebuilding. Just from looking at it, it's probably a Tecumseh. You can tell by the gas cap, you know, the older Tecumsehs. The older recoil starter and carburetor. Damn, I don't even think I've ever seen one. You know, I don't even think it has a float bowl in it, man. It's a diaphragm. Man, this is really old, bro.
Yeah, he's had this for a while.
Yeah, it's really old. But whatever, man, I'll screw with it, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, thanks a lot
no problem.
to Mike over here at Mike's Lawn Service 12.
Yep.
His link is right there. All right. See you
So
guys.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, follow my boy on Instagram, man. He's my boy now. He's supplying me with some good stuff, you know. Anyway, see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. So I'm back home again, and came to look at this thing again. Leaked all the oil out overnight, so the carburetor was all screwy. It started leaking all the fuel back out again. So I probably changed this carburetor 2 or 3 times with my bucket of carburetors. I mean, I have like 15 of them in there. So I was just like mixing and matching parts and stuff to get one to work, you know. And I just tried this one, and this one looks okay. Until it leaks all the way out again overnight, you know. But I mean, look, it's dry, so it's not leaking right now. Runs good, really good. I even shined it up a bit, you know. So this one's ready to go. So anyway, this is the thing that Mike gave me from Mike's Lawn Care. It's dirty. He also gave me that Homelite weed whacker. I don't know what's wrong with it. And this old school edger. So I'll mess with that someday. Mess with that someday. I guess I'll mess with this. I'm gonna brush all that crap off there. So I kind of brushed it off a little bit. Looks a little cleaner. There's gas in it, maybe. Maybe it's water. It smells like gas. Dirty, a lot of oil. Not that bad of oil, but some oil. So, it's not the primer kind, so it's an auto choke. Yep, it's an auto choke. So, I'm going to give it a few pulls and see what happens. Lifted it up, check out the situation. Blades are pretty dull, and it's got a nick right there. So if it's got a nick, what does that mean, guys? Pretty good nick. Tells me maybe it says a sheared keyway, which is a pain. But I'm going to try a couple of pulls and see anyway. Alright, so I gave it about 5 or 6 pulls, nothing. I sprayed some carb cleaner in the carburetor, and good news. It sputtered and started to start a little bit, you know. So that means it's not the sheared keyway because it starts. Sounds like the carburetor just needs cleaning, so I'm going to remove this carburetor. Of course, they have 2 different types of screws. Why don't they just use one type? I have no idea. Carburetor just comes off. This part here connects to the breather hose. It's oily. Gonna disconnect the fuel line. I can't find my clamp, so I'm gonna disconnect the fuel line and make a mess. So I took the fuel line off, right? And what came out looked like blue stuff. So I got an old Gatorade container and poured this out. Guys, this is not Gatorade, okay? This is just an empty container. That blue stuff is what I got out of here. So it smells like gas, but it doesn't really look like the kind of gas that you can mix, you know? I never seen such a translucent blue before, you know? Almost like it is Gatorade, you know? Would somebody put antifreeze in there, or window washer fluid? Or is this some kind of specially already mixed oil and gas mixture, two-stroke oil? that's what's in here, man. So this is not going to start because it has that in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it would start because it has that in there. It's not a 2-stroke engine. It's a 4-stroke. So I've seen it a lot of times where people would put 2-stroke oil and mix it with the gas. But I'm going to drain the rest of that in there, drain the rest of the whatever it's in there, that blue stuff, and then put fresh gas in there, and then, I don't know, give it a pull. So I just put fresh gas in there, and it seems like it's it has those sputtering sounds and then like a backfire thing, you know. But it didn't rip the cord out of my hand, you know. Maybe the keyway is sheared. So I'm going to take this top cowling off. Sure is in good condition. I remove that. I need a 15/16 socket, but I don't have one, so I have a 7/8. I just banged it in there. It's now 15/16. There you go, just like that. Now I gotta remove the flywheel. I'm sorry, I meant remove the cup. And from the cup, you can see if the flywheel's good. I mean, not the flywheel, the key. Guys, the flywheel keyway is good. So we don't have to remove the flywheel because it's not sheared. It looks good. So I guess I have to take the carburetor off and clean it, because that's just about the only reason why it wouldn't start. Put it back on again. And now you just pull it off. Try to weasel the linkages, the Z-bends. Alright, this pulls off like that. And this pulls off like that. Remember where it goes. There's only one hole on the top for the auto choke. And the other one went in there. Could only go in 2 places, there and there. Only 2 holes up there. So that's at least that makes it easy, you know. I'm going to remove these 2 screws there and see what's inside. It's pretty clean. Maybe it was just you know, filled with all that blue stuff. I want to take this one off. Be careful with this. Just jam a screwdriver, flathead, right in there and get this piece off. Don't break anything. So once you pry this open, pull it out like this. It was pretty dirty. The stuff came. I pulled it out already. This stuff came out, so this is pretty dirty. Especially this hole, this hole, this hole. Gotta spray it out. Spray in there. Disassemble this plastic thing, and that's where you'll see the holes there. Clean out those holes and blow this part out too, right there. There's a hole in there too. Remove the needle. And the float. Clean out those holes over there. Now that it's all clean, I'm going to put the bowl back on. Put this back on. So it seemed like it wanted to start, but just something was preventing it from starting, you know? So just check the Earl. Bone dry. There's a little, but almost none. So it was hydrolocked. And now it's all cleared out. Engine runs so smooth, man. So smooth. So smooth now. After it sputtered out all this stuff. It basically just threw up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let this run for a little bit and clean it up. Looks like we're good now, you know? So I let it run for a while. Starts up no problem. You just need to spit out its vomit, you know? So this is a Bilt 21-inch Briggs & Stratton with a 550 EX engine, 140cc. It's a nice little mower. Looks great. Runs just like new, you know? It was just hydrolocked. Carburetor needed cleaning. And you gotta get that blue gas out of there. Fresh gas, clean the carb. We checked that flywheel. It was fine. And we got the oil out of the combustion chamber. That's all it was. It's gonna smoke a little bit, clean it up, put the cover back on, shine it up. It's good for maybe $125, maybe $140. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Follow me on Instagram, guys, at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. Thanks for subscribing, guys, and follow me and like, comment.